All right, guys, right here, join us in the Nonsense Garage, Mr. Ryan Blaney, next to Ryan Flores here. We're going to break down all things Texas and just parenting and all sorts of fun stuff. 10-runner whiskey, all sorts of good stuff going on today here in Stack of Pennies. Tune in. Let's buckle up and go stack pennies.
Stacking them deep, selling them cheap.
It tastes like gasoline, rubber, and victory.
We're just out here stacking pennies.
All right, friends, May the 4th be with you. And it's not coincidence. Actually, it is pretty striking coincidence. The biggest Star Wars fan in the NASCAR Garage, 2023 Cup champions, joining us right here in the Nonsense Garage. Please help me welcome Ryan Blaney.
Thanks, guys.
Let's go.
Welcome, buddy.
That.
Welcome.
How are you?
You smell damn good today.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I showered and everything.
I think
dude.
it's just the mustache.
Yeah,
It just
dude.
puts off a pungent scent.
Mustache twins here. Do you put anything in yours?
I should, because it gets dry.
Yeah.
But I could tell you put some stuff
A little
in
bit,
yours.
yeah.
I
It
mean,
helps it keep a little moisture. It's like putting stuff in your hair.
This is really
You
the
know?
stuff that people want to know about, these days. I had this saying, I think I said it a couple shows ago. I said, a man doesn't grow a mustache. A man grows into a mustache. And
That's true.
Yeah, I know. And if you don't have a mustache, you don't understand that.
Yeah, no, you don't understand it. It's good. I think the mustache is making a comeback. People are talking about it and stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't know where it went. Like 70s, 80s mustaches were going on, and then they kind of faded into full beards.
Well, they were
and
on
had
some
weird
VHS
stuff going.
tapes. I'm sure that you were in the back aisle of some stores.
Yeah.
You can grab. But now they're coming
And now
back
they're
in the
coming
mainstream.
back,
Yeah.
which is good. I think that's important. It shows you how the cycles go.
When I
That's
grow my
commitment.
mustache out, man, I just look like Dahmer. So I stay away from it, man. It just gets creepy.
Like the real one, or like
people
the-
start
like the
taking their
Netflix?
kids, like, hey, get away from that guy.
When you're a race car driver, you're willing. If somebody dyes their hair and that guy's beating, you're like, well, I don't know, maybe I should get some highlighted frosted tips,
bro.
dude. I had those things,
Yeah.
and that actually, when I was winning races back then, I need to bring it back. May the 4th, man. It was just coincidence because I think what was it, after Talladega or last week or so, you're supposed to be on, but we pivoted to today, post Texas, and it's Star Wars Day.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make you slide your pants down to show everybody your Darth Vader tattoo, but
I appreciate that. It's not that kind of show.
where is it?
Or can it be?
It's where it's right here, on the other side.
It's here. Yeah, it's my Star Wars stuff is here. Yeah.
Hoping it was a
It's an
translate.
impressive tattoo, and you got a mural of your grandfather.
Got my granddad here. Yeah, on my
Sprint
ribs.
car.
Had for a while. I haven't got any tattoos in a long time.
How often do you get people ask you to sign their skin?
A couple a month,
Yeah.
I'd say. And
Why is-
I always am like,
No.
you're not going to get this tattooed, are you? And a couple of them are like, yeah. I was like, well, don't do that.
No.
Like, because that puts a lot of pressure on me, because they're going to go right to the tattoo parlor and be like, copy it. And if it's a bad autograph, then like
They're going
not
to be
very
telling their
good. And I'm like-
grandkids about it.
I'm like, dude, don't like getting a Richard Petty tattoo is one thing.
Yeah.
Like that's super cool. Don't get mine. Like
Yeah. I mean, all due respect. I mean, 18 Cup wins still. I mean, it's not to take a
not
shake a
Richard
stick at.
Petty.
It's
Like-
not Richard Petty.
Like I beg people, don't get tattoos of like my autograph on you.
I've never signed skin. Like
Yeah.
you don't want, certainly get Ryan Blaney's 10 times before you get mine.
I would have a hard time getting another man's name tattooed on me. Shifting gears, Kansas this week.
Kansas.
That's where you made your Cup debut.
Texas. Wow, I kept thinking we were at Kansas. I don't know why. Even like when we were there, I'm like, fuck, we're in Texas.
Yeah, you're definitely not in Kansas anymore, Toto.
So Texas, how was your day there?
Multiple holes in the foot for sure. Started 31st. I blew qualifying.
Big did you have a big moment in 1 and 2? Is that what
Yeah, I kind of
saw?
overdrove it up the racetrack, and you're wide open through 3 and 4. So like if you blow 1 and 2,
That's it.
you're cooked, right? So messed that up before it even got started. Started in the back, and I thought we were okay in practice, and I was surprised how good we were. Started the race. I think we drove up to like 13th first run, and then I did something on pit road I've never done before. It's a first for me. So we're coming around the 48. He was ahead of us, and it was that weird time of like we were just enough behind him and just close enough to him to where like his guys are getting to the right side as I'm going around him. So like they're as far out as they're going to be. So like you're swinging really wide, trying to get in and pointed. I usually bang bang from second to neutral, but like I'm focused on his guys. I'm focused on trying to get into my box as good as I can. And I was like, well, I'm gonna just clutch it and then go down to first and do all that and hold the clutch in as I'm trying to get the wheel back straight. And I guess thinking back on it, left it in second. And so they dropped the right, banged it like I was in neutral. Thought I was going to first, but apparently I was in third. Tried to leave the box, stalled it a couple times, and then by the time I realized I was in
And
third,
then you can't
was
get
too
it
late.
down enough
Yeah.
because the thing's not rolling.
Yeah. So that was a big oopsie. I've never done that one before. That's first. So that hurt us, set us back again. And then we worked our way up again and then had another issue on pit road.
Did you get blocked in a couple times?
Yeah, that one time I had to come around the 48, so I'm bad angle. 43 has to come around me. He's worse angle.
There was one I saw you just started in reverse.
Yeah.
Drop the jack.
like they dropped the right and I banged it in reverse. I'm like, I have to back out of here. And did a good job of staying out at the end and scrounged the 10th out of it. It's a pretty fast car, just couldn't get right.
Yeah.
Can't get right.
And when you get buried there, man, you can't make any track position. And there was you guys stayed out, ran long at the end, hoping for a caution, never got one.
Yeah, never got it. And honestly, though, that helped us like stay out the last caution of the
I've
race.
got some good news and bad news for you. What do you want to hear first?
Bad news.
Okay. You are closer to the cut line than you are to first place.
Okay.
The good news is
Okay.
you're fourth place.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't realize
I saw that stat
yeah.
today. I'm like, that's wild.
Yeah, I think I'm like 133 to the cut line, but like 160 out of first. It's going to take a lot to catch Tyler. I mean, I know we're only 11 in, but like that's going to be a lot.
A little slight peek behind the curtain for the fans listening. We had our prime talent seminar this week, went over to Dale's, and they showed like all the stuff they're working on for graphics and what they're wanting to do better this year. And there's a lot of conversation about how we talk about the chase and talk about regular season playoff leading up to it. Specifically, the way call it a handicap of points reset is 1st to 16th. We were talking a lot about it really and truly after all the simulations they've run as they set the handicap of points. The top 6 is really where your champion's probably going to come from, unless somebody goes on a Tony Stewart playoff run.
Right.
Is that something that you guys have even talked about, or is it business as usual every week?
I think we talked about like, hey, here's where we would ideally like to be. I do agree with you. It's probably like top 6 or 7 in points. You have a better shot. But, I mean, gosh, someone could go on a tear. You never know.
Right.
I mean, with the way the points swing, I said it a couple weeks ago in the media center, like you could have a guy that's 12th, 13th.
Go on
a heck of a heater, and, you're there. You're in the game. So, yes, you would like to be, I think, that top 6 or so. So, hopefully we can hang out there for sure.
In my opinion, there's always – and he talks about just the dog days of summer. It gets hot. You start going to Gateway. You start going Indy, right? Like the back half of summer, really you can separate or you can kind of get stuck in that lull. How do you feel like you and the 12 team are set up right now for that push?
We started off the year really good. The last few weeks haven't been amazing. Like Kansas didn't have a great day. Talladega ended up getting wrecked. And then this weekend just kind of clawed out a good finish, but didn't get any stage points. Didn't do any of that. So I think we're in a good spot. Our mile and a half program is a place we need to get better. Everywhere else, I feel like we've been really, really solid and been in contention to win 2 or 3 of them. So, yeah, I think we're good, but it's hard to know, like, where are you going to be come these summer months. We got to stretch some pretty interesting races coming up, our first or our second road course, I guess. So I look forward to that and this weekend at the Glen. But, yeah, I think we're in a good spot. We got a little ways to catch up on some tracks, but I think others we've been really close. The no-floor races, I feel like we've been fantastic.
Yeah.
What'd you call it, a no floor?
Simple
Simple floor.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
What's that mean?
They take
Short track
the
stuff.
big diffuser off. Yeah, the short track
simple.
stuff.
Okay.
Have you noticed anything with the horsepower?
Yeah, a little bit.
Sure.
Yeah. Like Bristol, even Martinsville. Like we've noticed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How so?
You can just piss your stuff off easier, and I feel like you can pay the penalty a little bit more. I mean, you got to ask for it in little bits, right? Like you can't ask for 200 more. We got 75 more. Maybe next year we'll get 75 more, right? So you got to ask for it in little tiny amounts, right?
Yeah.
You can't ask for the whole bag of grapes. You got to ask for a stem or 2.
Did you catch up on any highlights from yesterday at all?
I watched a little on the plane.
So Priest went on a epic tirade, and then
Yeah, he didn't eat his Wheaties on Sunday morning.
Man,
he was just irritable.
but
So
Priest?
the thing with him and Gibbs right in front of me.
Yeah,
Really?
Like I was
Break it
the
down for
car
us.
right behind him. So I don't know what happened through the race. Like I know I saw this clip of Gibbs kind of washed up the racetrack.
I have not seen this one.
Yeah, so here Gibbs is inside. The one covers.
'Kay.
Makes the 54 tight.
'Kay.
54 kind of comes up a little bit.
That's just a bad spot for him.
that's just a bad spot. I don't think Ty knew that the one was going to cover clear. and head back.
Yeah.
Head back.
There I am.
There you are.
Thanks for the spot.
Ryan was not happy, obviously, with the 54 earlier. Those tight situations in the 3 are like, they happen all the time. Like, you want the bottom of 3, especially on restarts like that. Ty got the quick clear.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to go in line. They both drove in 5 car lengths past me. Like, they drove away from me, and I immediately knew something was going to happen. And I thought both of them were wrecking. Honestly, I don't know how Ryan didn't wreck also trying to get to the
Chase
54. So, yeah, I mean, stuff happened before, but Priest wrecked me there a few years ago.
He's got a lot of,
1-2.
like, working for you forever. You have a different racing etiquette being raised the way you were by Dave and being around short track stuff forever. And your dad held you to that standard as well. And I think Priest is the same way, where like he has that short track kind of grinder mentality where he has like a certain etiquette that he races by and that he feels like other people should. And I think that's where some of his animation comes from on the radio. I think you have the same thing at times.
Yeah, it's the same. I think everyone approaches it a certain way. And in that situation, Ryan thought that he was kind of over somebody. And Ryan's the type of guy who will, when he's over you, he'll over
do
you.
it. He'll show you.
I mean,
Yeah, he'll show you.
he won't just talk about it. He'll talk about it and he'll do it. Like,
So, first time me watching that, especially from the in-car, the 60, I believe if Ty knew how pissed off Ryan was, which I don't think that he was, I think he was probably just racing and, it's collateral damage, not realizing how pissed off Priest was, he probably wouldn't have tried to pound it in there on the bottom.
I don't think so.
Right? If he would have given him a lane, then you live and fight another day.
Yeah.
But Ryan was seeing red, and he was, "Oh, you're not taking this. This lane's mine now."
Yeah, I agree. If Ty knew that Ryan was so mad,
He'd have left the lane.
He wouldn't have tried to cover.
Yeah.
Or like get in that spot, like a tight clear. But he did.
He did.
Priest
And then he
afterwards.
did not.
Yeah.
Finley goes, "Everything all right? Car good?" He goes, "Yep, never touched him." And he was like, "Are you sure?" He's like, "Never touched him. Good to go." Like, kind of played it off. But like, I'll tell you this, you might not know this, but through the years, whether it was me and Wade Moore on the car in your younger years when you were a little bit more animated, we would like mark down the times you said F, or
Like a
we
tally?
would write. We had quotes so there was like a little door in the pit box that we'd open and write the quote down. We had all these taped quotes of like stuff that you had said. I was talking to Andrew Lackey, who was our gasman for a long time last night. He said that one of his favorites was when we were in the 21 and Josh Williams cleared you in front of Tony tight, and you're like, "Never clear me in front of him again."
Yeah, it was Martinsville. It was my rookie year in 16, and it was like one of those things, like tight clear, down on a restart, like 2 feet, I'm clear. Josh said I was clear. I'm coming down, and Tony had other thoughts.
He said, "Nah,"
and he nailed me so hard. And I texted him. I apologized to Tony after the race. I apologized to Tony for being clear and him running into me. So I apologized to Tony. And he sent me this long, he was pissed. Still, he's like, "That's the thing with you young kids. You just fucking do
take
that."
what
I'm
you
like,
want.
I'm sorry. I mean, I just said I'm sorry. But yeah.
He wouldn't love the next gen era because now it's all take and no give.
But yeah, don't you ever clear me that close in front of that guy ever again.
My favorite one is, I don't think has ever been heard by anybody other than the team, but it was a bad. Indy has been our Achilles heel forever. We have lost Indy together.
A couple times, yeah.
The first one was the 22 O'Reilly's car with 54 passes on the last lap. You were super mad at yourself, and you didn't say anything after the race. And there was like literal two of our picker guys were crying tears at the end of the race. And you just come over the radio, like you had taken the cool down lap. You were like pulling down the backstretch, and you go, "Somebody come down here and punch me in the face." And that was it. And that was it. Like, and then it was just radio silence.
That was the lowest low point I think I've ever had. Like, that was 15. So I was running part-time for the Wood Brothers, part-time that Xfinity car. And like, you don't get a lot of opportunities to win at Indy for Roger, in anything. And gave it away. Like, just handed it to the 54. I thought I was getting fired. Like, I for sure thought, like, this is it. Like, Roger texted me and he was like, "Hey, come over to RP1." And I was like, "Well, I don't know if I'm going to run this 21 car tomorrow. I'm done."
It's been fun, boys.
But he was like opposite of what I thought. He was encouraging, stuff like that, which just speaks to the type of person that he is. But yeah, that was a rough one for sure.
Kyron, run this video here. You got it keyed up.
Yeah, I saw this video. Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
No,
Yeah.
you haven't seen this?
I have no social media.
Yeah.
I don't think
I got voted
I don't
number
think
one.
it's complaining.
I don't think.
Complains the most on the radio.
Yeah.
I think we all do.
Yeah.
I don't ever talk. I sometimes complain about how bad I suck.
He gets
myself,
bad.
So maybe Logano. I feel like he's had some moments at times.
Joey.
The answer is Ryan Blaney. Maybe Ryan Blaney. It
Okay.
is Blaney. Ryan Blaney. 100%.
They just hear the clips.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Blaney radio.
Oh, that's the
I
black
have been
kettle?
known to-
Yeah, that was the thing that
There's the
got
black
me
kettle.
with this one.
Easy. Easy.
Is KV going on there, and I was like, dude, I kind of grew up
Watching
listening
you.
to you.
I thought what you did was right. That's why I do the things
know.
that I do.
I know you molded me.
Yeah.
on that side of it.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm the worst anymore. I think there's a couple guys in front of me nowadays.
There's been a lot. Like we started together on the Xfinity car in the 21. Hell, I pitted your truck
yeah,
when the shifter fell off when we raced for the championship.
yeah.
But like the growth and working with guys like Penske brings in, like Jeremy Boone, and just seeing your growth of becoming a leader. Like when you go through lulls, like, all right, so the pit crew was just in the news, and rightfully so, but not rightfully so at the beginning of the season. How do you go, okay, I gotta be there for my guys. I gotta be a leader in this situation.
You know, we had our issues at like Phoenix and stuff. It's just like, I think you just try to become a leader more than anything. Like, just, it's okay. Like, we'll get it back. You know, I think you can do that to a point. Like, at some point, though, you have to be pretty kind of foot down. Like, we got to get better at this for sure. So it's like a fine balance. Like, I mean, being a coach in the NFL is tough, right? You have to kind of be stern because you're the head coach, but also you have to encourage guys at the same time. So how do you balance that out and encourage guys when they're down, because everyone has feelings and emotions and they don't want to screw up. No one wants to screw up. I mean, I screw up plenty of times. So it's like, how do you figure that out? And just learning from your mistakes to me is like a big thing.
You were like, yeah, my dad said it best. If you race for wins enough, you're gonna lose sometimes.
Yeah.
And like, we're gonna go to Martinsville and win. And went to Martinsville and won. So how much has your dad helped with that, with his experiences?
Dad's been a huge help. I've been really lucky to have my dad in my corner for my whole racing career and my whole life. And my dad's a lot like me. Like, I am my father's son, not the very, very kind of soft-spoken guy, but, you know, we kind of have a fiery side to us too. And I experienced that a lot as a kid, you know, of dad being dad. And I look back on it now and I'm like, I'm happy he did that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm happy he was the way he was, because it taught me a lot. I feel like if he went about it in kind of a sugarcoat way, you don't learn from that stuff, you know? And now as I've gotten older, it's funny, like Dad's realized, like, the last handful of years, like, oh, this is a human adult. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to still be there for him, but I'm going to step back and just be kind of more of a support type of guy. Like, I'll ask him, like, hey, come to Martinsville practice. Come stand down in 1 and 2 and go watch in 3 and 4, and then come talk to me after practice. What do you see? What am I doing? What are other cars doing? Or guys doing something different? And we'll just have a conversation. And he's still the first guy I call after every weekend, just to, whether it's BS or, you know, vent about
too.
things or something like that. And, you know, so he's been a huge, huge role model for me, and a big help. So, and like you said, during that run in 23 we had, he was like the motivational guy for me, of like, he fully believed that we could do it, and he stuck with it no matter what was going on. And it was funny, after we lost Miami, you know, we went to Martinsville and he had a, you know, good quote, because I hadn't heard from him. I'm like, damn, Dad might not have confidence in what we're doing anymore. He might not see the path anymore. And he was like, the path's still there. He's like, it's just a little muddy, but that's what cleats are made for. And I was like, damn, that's
Hey,
a Dad quote, dude,
fire me
right there.
up.
Yeah. So no, he's been awesome, man. I've been really lucky to have a dad like that around.
We have third generation racers such as myself. The last couple of weeks we found ourselves talking about, you know, Jimmy was in here a couple weeks ago, Brent Cruz was in here a couple weeks ago, just talking about like racing dads and what is right and what is wrong, of like ass chewings versus like a pat on the back.
Yeah.
You know, because my old man, if there was a scale of pat on the backs versus ass chewings, this side of the scale is pretty heavy.
Right.
You know,
Same.
and we are seeing, we didn't have social media growing up, right? So now that there's like, I don't want to keep going back to it. There's the Kyle Busch thing, right? And there's been torn decisions on this, whether that's right or wrong. And I think with the context, you saw it. So I think there is context, time, and place, because good thing there wasn't social media when I got a 9-hour ass chewing back from a race from my old man, right?
Yeah.
So, like, what is, now you have a kid, little Charlie. How do you think, will you be exactly like your dad? Him?
I think about that constantly. Like, and now that, like, your perspective changes when, like, we're all dads now, right? Your perspective changes on how do you parent?
Yeah.
Like, and I look back on when I was, starting racing or whatever. That was my first time my dad has ever done that too.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a first.
Don't you
Like,
appreciate him a lot more now?
Yeah. Because they had no idea what the hell they were doing, right? They're
you
trying
don't
to do the
realize
best
until
that
you
they
have
can.
kids.
Because I'm trying to do the best I can. Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Me and Gianna are trying to do the best job that we can.
We're just trying to keep this thing alive.
Right?
Yeah.
And as they get older, right, it becomes, you're more and more of an influence on them when they start understanding things. So I really don't know. That's a hard question to answer because I don't know the answer to it at this point. I think I would take things that my dad did that I thought was beneficial looking back on in life and apply those. And there's probably a couple things that I would change, but I think that's just
Based on your
everybody,
kid, yeah.
right? Everybody.
One thing that a real close friend of mine told me a while back, a couple stages ahead of me in life, right? He's got a little older kids. He said, kids spell love Time. And I was like, whoa. So that lives rent free in my head.
I'll tell you, it's harder to leave every weekend. That's for sure. Like, and it's just going to get harder and harder when they start crying that you're going out the door.
Oh.
Like, that's going to be even worse.
Buddy, like this year, going back to Saturdays, Harper's like, wait, you're not going to be at softball games on Saturday? What's going on? I'm like, no, but I'll have more time at home. But
Just go truck race, man. It's fun.
I did that too. Going this week.
I'll tell you. Don't knock it till you try it, ladies and gentlemen. I've said some things
said
about the truck series. But, boy, I drink my coffee at 8:30 in the morning, cruise on down to Concord Airport, fly to Texas, do my stuff, be back in my bed by midnight.
What happened?
That's pretty damn good.
yeah.
But I saw Gianna on Samantha Bush's podcast just talking about how tough of a time she had with her pregnancy. And I remember the code words that Hassler would have on the pit box and telling you if she was okay when she was in the hospital. And then she even just got in depth about, the whole birth process. Like, how crazy was that the whole time for you, and how hard was it to separate, like to go through that during the week and then go be Ryan Blaney, the race car driver, on Sunday?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how she did it. Like, the issues that she had, fortunately everything turned out fine. But yeah, I mean, talk about the ultimate trooper of her and all moms, really. I mean, every pregnant person goes through their own issues, whether they're health related or mental related. Like, it's
Hormone-related.
tough, hormone related. Like, and she just toughed it out through it all.
What race was it? Like,
Indy, I believe, was the scary one. Was like about to get in the car, and she's like, my parents were taking her to the hospital, and like 10 minutes before I get in, and it's like, I don't know how serious it is. She told me what was going on beforehand, and it sounded pretty serious. So I'm in there, and I don't know. So you're trying to like focus on what you're doing. That's in the back of your mind. Yeah, we had these code words for the next couple weeks. Like, if she was going in and out of the hospital and like everything's okay, yada yada. So she didn't want to air it out there on the radio and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, everything turned out good. And yeah, just that whole process is nuts. And then the hospital process is, we had we went through a scary deal there, and yeah, it's just crazy, man. Like, so we go, I'll run through the hospital story. It's pretty wild. And so we get there, we're going to induce. So we get there sometime that one evening, and trying to start the induce process and not really working, not doing much. So like, all right, we're going to try in the morning. So we're in our little room. I'm sleeping on the couch, and she's trying to get some rest. And every hour, nurse is in there, right, checking on you, on her. And I poke my head up, and oh, good. I go back to sleep. And then I wake up, it's like 5 a.m, and there's like 6 nurses in there, and they're like flipping her all around and stuff like that. I'm like, this is out of the norm. I don't know anything about this, but this is not right. And no one's talking. No one's saying anything. Doctor comes in. We're going to C-section, like right now, emergency C-section. And I'm like, oh, well, that's not good. And finally, a nurse come up and kind of gave me some info. And the doctor, she was like, well, let's wait like 20 minutes, and see what some readings are. And she comes back 5 minutes later. She's like, no, we're going. Like, we're going to bring you scrubs. Gianna's going and we're going to take you in the room and we're doing this thing right now. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And so they bring me all my gear, and you got a hazmat suit on.
Yeah.
So I'm like getting all my stuff on, and the nurse is like grabs me by the arm and like pulls me, and I'm like still trying to get my little shoes on. Takes me through a couple back doors, and boom, like Gianna's already
Bright lights.
all covered up, already cut open.
Oh,
I wasn't planning on seeing everything,
but you did, by God.
I eventually went over there after a few minutes. She was like, go, see him. Did that. So now I'm on the other side of the curtain, and I turned back around to go Gianna, and it's full display. And I was like, and I sat back down, and she was like, what'd you see? I said, more of you than I thought I'd ever see of you. I've seen everything. That was a wacky experience right there.
Isn't it so like, and I've been like a C level, maybe a B minus level, like cup guy, celebrity for a decade, right? You are always used to people waiting on you hand and foot, pulling you, telling you where you got to go. And you're like, you go to a sponsor appearance, you go all these things. And like the focus is on you. It's a wild like experience when you go to the hospital with your wife to give birth. You're just like the husband is just like inconvenienced.
Yeah.
Like, what's this? Like,
I'm the
get this
butler,
guy.
dude.
Yeah.
Like I'm the food getter. I'm the water getter.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Nobody cares who you are.
no, I am your PR person.
Yeah.
For
Like,
the
you're the
next
helmet
couple
holder.
days. Yeah.
Are you a diaper changer?
Oh yeah, I don't mind it at all. Like, I'm the encouraging guy. Like, oh, little poopy hubba. Like, I got you. Like, don't worry about it. Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. It's awesome. I like, it just changes. Like, no matter how tired you are after a race, like, if he wakes up during the night, I'm first one in there. Like, I just like being around them. And
You
then
don't
the light
realize-
up in their eyes when they see you after not seeing you for a couple days is the coolest thing ever.
We talk a lot about mentality and stacking pennies and when things aren't going right, how you get it back. And, we talked about thinking you're going to get fired at Indy and then all the success you've been through. What are the times, like, what are the darkest times you've had in your career where you've had to pull yourself out of it?
I'd say 2022 was rough. We came off a pretty good year in 21. Todd Gordon retired. Jonathan's coming in, new car. Had a lot of speed that year. Didn't win. Won the All-Star race, but that was it. And kind of went through a stretch of, man, I don't know if I got it anymore. Like, I can't compete. Joey won the championship in 22.
We had a tough 3-race stretch there, too, where Homestead,
Yeah, Vegas.
and
then came
running
up short
third,
at Martinsville.
Homestead. It was like a freak thing at Homestead, downshift instead of upshift on the access road. Finished second at Martinsville.
So that was a rough little stretch from, 22 until we won the 600 in 23. I'm just like, man, can I do it? Like, I don't know if my teammates are winning. My teammate just won championship. I don't know if, I guess I can't do it. Like, I just don't know if I am good enough to be able to do it. And so that's why like the 600 win was emotional for me, because it was like, I tried to get better at, being more confident and stuff like that. And we can do this stuff. And I think you go through those lulls like that, and then you got, the outside world talking. I try not to let that affect me, but
It does.
it does affect you.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just feel like trying to shift your mentality of like, don't pressure yourself so much, because now you got extra pressure of the already added pressure. So just keep believing in yourself and trust your guys and trust yourself, and hopefully it comes around. And fortunately, it did.
I remember sitting in Jefferson Hodges' office the end of 22, and I started the year with Cindric, won the 500, and then won the All-Star race with you, and we had a great year, and just being like, man, I just feel like we all suck. And he's like, look, what are you talking about? Because as awesome as it was to see your teammate win the championship, it's also like, you also sit there like, why can't we do that?
Yeah.
Like it's twofold.
Yeah.
It's tough.
And then you start working harder, right? You spend more time in the sim. You have more meetings just to talk about meetings, to check the box. And then you start grabbing the reins even harder.
Yeah.
And then most of the success is when you're letting it rip and you're light-handed, right?
Yeah. Overthinking to me is a bad thing. Like, it's good to go through your process and like be prepared, but like overthinking, I think, is a huge hurt. At least that's how I think about it. So like just trying to be more open to things of just like, well, because people like media will ask, like, if we have a new rules package, like, what do you think? What do you expect? I'm like, I don't know what to expect. So I'm not going to lose sleep over what I think it's going to be. I'm just going to see what it's like in practice, and we're going to go from there.
We hear, trust the process. I got to go through my process, right? It's almost like another word, like execution. Like, okay, what's executing look like, right? And now you have so many more tools. You have all the tools you could possibly want to be a cup driver, a cup winner now. You can look at SMT till your retinas burn out. You can be in the sim multiple hours a week, right? You can sit there and look at potential setups you want to go to the racetrack with. There's really no end to what you can really work at.
Yeah.
So, like, what does your process look like during the week?
Yeah, so we'll go, Monday's meetings, kind of close a notebook on the previous race, look ahead a little bit to the next weekend. Tuesdays are more of the upcoming stretch, and then Wednesdays are usually just media things and stuff like that. Thursdays I try to have a day off. So really Mondays and Tuesdays is when me and Jonathan and my group kind of really close the book and look forward to the next weekend. And I'll do some sim. I'll do sim before road courses just to kind of visually get back in that mindset. But like as far as SMT goes, I don't wear that thing out. Like I'll watch it during practice. Like if I'm in group 2, I'll watch a couple guys in group 1. And then after I get done practicing, I'll watch it and watch a little qualifying stuff. But I have never been successful at looking at guys on SMT and trying to drive like that person. How are you going to do that? Like you've spent your whole life driving this way. I mainly look at where are they faster than me? How can I make my car do that with how I'm driving it? Like that's, and I try not to wear it out because it can, like you said, you can look at it till your freaking retinas burn out of your head and try to convince yourself like I need to do this more and drive differently. And yeah, I think to a case like maybe I'm doing this too much, but you can't drive like somebody else. I can't drive like Denny Hamlin. I can't drive like Chase. No.
You should drive like Ryan Blaney.
Yeah, just try to drive yourself and try to get your car to where it needs to be so you can drive it. So I really don't spend too much time on that stuff. Like SMT, I'll look a little bit before the week, but I don't really rely on that.
My first car was a 1998 Pontiac Bonneville. So my dad got aftermarket, put like the little screen right up in the roof, right, flipped down, and he had a Nintendo 64 installed. So my brother and I, we'd do Wave Runner. Remember what Wave Run, the jet ski game, and Mario 64, Mario Kart 64.
Yeah, WrestleMania 2000. I was pretty good at WrestleMania 2000. I was Stone Cold guy.
Stone Cold.
Yeah, I mean, how can you not? It was Stone Cold, and then
did you watch the Hulk Hogan documentary?
I did. I watched it on the plane this weekend.
Is it good?
I was enjoying. It gave me like he was a little bit before. You know, like I was like Triple H, Goldberg type. Like that's the guys that because Hulk.
We were very back end of Hulk.
Yeah.
We were more like Hollywood Hulk.
Yeah. The
he was WCW by the
WCW.
time we got into it.
And it was a perfect view and a lens into his mindset, right? Because you look at his life, and he's always craving the affirmation and the high. You're craving the crowd just giving it to you, right? And he went all the way to the grave wanting one more hit.
Yeah.
One more hit. Now, that guy was an entertainer, though.
He was an entertainer.
At the cost of everything else.
Yeah. He is rowdy.
So with all the personalities in the garage, like Hocevar, there's a big talk of like, we need personalities. And they all like Hocevar right now. There was a New York Times article about it. Like, who is somebody in the garage that you think is a super underrated personality?
Underrated? Austin Cindric is
I
a
agree.
very underrated personality. I love Austin Cindric. His personality is one of the funniest people that I have ever met before. And he's so different from like behind closed doors, us just hanging out like on the plane or something, and like racetrack Austin. I mean, he's very professional at the racetrack, but he is so funny. Like
he is
away
high
from the track,
IQ
it's awesome.
level funny.
Yes.
So like
Yeah.
you have to kind of like be tracking with him to get his fun.
But he's got the Penske corporate where he kind of hates like podcasts and media, so he doesn't get out there much. But when you do get so he doesn't do like a weekly anything. But when he does get on the broadcast or stuff,
he's hilarious. Yeah. And every time he does like the driver only broadcast on pit road, people are like, "Oh my God, Austin Cindric!" So I'm like, "Yeah, that's him."
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think a lot of us are different than what you see like on camera, right? We're there to do a job and we're there to work, but
a lot of it too also comes down to you mentioned earlier, like what your expectations are set by your team, whether voluntary or involuntary. Like I think Chase Elliott ring the siren this weekend, right?
Yeah.
Gets in victory lane now twice this year. He's on a heater. He's on a good year.
Yeah.
If I wouldn't have got like the peek behind the curtain and got that opportunity a couple years ago to drive the 9, I'm like, okay, now I see you. If you are not winning, you can't show personality because there's no excuse as to why you shouldn't be winning.
Yeah.
So if you're not winning, you can't, like, inherently, you're really not allowed to be, you have to be like, we got to get better. We got to
Right.
do more. We got to get better. So that's the hard part, right? Carson's in a unique.
Depends on your team because
That's what I'm saying.
Spire lets Carson be himself.
Because there's no expectations within reason, right? Like, they're running better than expectations. So he can do Carson Hocebar things, right? And then he gets celebrated for it.
And it just depends what you're comfortable with. Like Carson seems very comfortable and just, I'm this way all the time and this is my personality. And, that's great. And I think, honestly, that question, and you brought up Chase, like Chase is that. Everyone's like, oh, Chase is just a stick.
Vanilla,
stick in the mud, vanilla. I've known Chase since I was 10 years old. That I've had the most fun I've ever had in my life on multiple occasions, on trips with Chase, just being with him, hanging out with, like, Chase is another guy that people would kind of dog on for being vanilla, but he's one of the most funniest guys, but he's got a job to do.
You're going to be perfect for me to ask this because I've presented this theory to the podcast, I'm sure, at some point in time. And to you, I've talked about it. I think there is a race car driver son complex. There's like a race car driver son complex, and I think Chase wears it the most. I've worn it. You've worn it because you never feel like you're ever going to be as good as your dad.
Yeah.
So there's like this inherent,
It's a little bit of
we got to do
imposter
more
syndrome.
I wouldn't call it imposter syndrome. It's like you have a good day. Well, it's not good enough.
Yeah.
Did you ever get to a point? Did you ever have that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Did you, like, was there a distinct moment where you're like, okay, not that I'm better than my dad, but like I can look him eye to eye in what
And
we
not
worked
only
my
your dad,
entire
you come
life.
from like a Lou,
Lineage.
Dale.
Yeah.
Like the Blaney family's a big name.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, in my mind, I will never be better than my dad. My dad, to me, is the best race car driver that has ever sat behind the wheel of a car. And I think any son of or daughter of a race car driver is going to say that.
Yeah.
And
then you
I
have
don't,
Bill Elliott, right?
Yeah,
That
you
Chase
have
is
Bill,
trying to-
like
$1 million
Chase is-
bill.
Yeah, like that's hard to all Bill's success. Like, I don't know. I just feel like there's so much expectations on you because these people watched your father do it, and
he wears it.
yeah, and he definitely has to wear it more than anybody.
We
Yeah.
talk about Ash Tunes a lot. We talked about it a lot here from our dads. I just can't picture Bill Elliott being a race driver dad, but chewing Chase's ass.
He strikes me as a guy that's like not going to chew your ass. He'll just say
Yeah.
something. You're like, oh no, he's disappointed.
Yeah. I think Bill is more that way. I've got to spend good time with Bill. Yeah, he's more that. Like,
Yeah.
he would never. I don't think.
expected you to do better.
Yes. Yeah.
Even if he says something mean, it sounds
I
nice.
expected more
I
out
know.
of you. Like, sorry,
Bill, I got a great story with Bill and Chase. We're out in Utah. This is years ago. Gosh, we were going to ride dirt bikes out in Utah, and we're driving from Colorado to Utah, and it's like 5 hours. And we wake up super early in the morning, and Chase is already in the truck, and he's in the back seat. Like, got his iPad. He's gonna go take a nap. I'm gonna watch movies, whatever. I gotta sit front seat with Bill. So I'm like, oh, this would be fun.
Yeah.
And Bill does not listen to
What do you put on the radio?
nothing.
Quiet.
Wind.
This is his own
It was-
thoughts.
It was wind. Dude. No music for 5 hours. I'm trying to make conversation, and Bill, like, he gives you, like, 2-sentence maybe answers. And I finally just ran out. So we just sat in silence for like 3 more hours. I was like, all right. Cool,
That's
man.
good stuff.
Yeah. He's just alone with his thoughts in the wind, dude. Yeah.
And Chase is already like, I'm setting him up for this.
Oh,
I've
he
done
knew.
this my whole life.
He's like, I've been around this my whole life. I know there's going to be no music. There's going to be no radio, no conversation. I'm sitting in the back. He set me up so good. I got to the truck and I opened the back door and he's like sprawled out.
I'm like, nah,
Can't
bro.
sit here.
No. It was great though. It was fun. That's it was one of the best. It was the best car ride I've ever had.
And then he puts it in park, looks over like, hey man, that was a good conversation.
Thanks for riding.
Learned a lot about you.
Well, I think about old school guys like him, and you drove the 21, right? You got to think about Eddie Wood. They drove in a ramp truck to Riverside.
Yeah.
Like, how cool was it
Across the
driving the
country.
21? Like, I remember going there when we all got that deal up to Stort for the first time. They brought us around, brought us to their old house, to the cherry tree. Like, how special was it driving that 21? And what's your relationship with like those guys now?
Yeah, I mean, I got to drive over there for 3 years, 2 full-time seasons and part-time in 15. And, you know, got my first win with those guys in Pocono.
Hell of a party.
That was a great party. Yeah. Back when we could do it and like wake up the next day and not feel
My
like
wife was
death.
pregnant as hell.
Yeah.
Built-in driver.
Yeah, that's what it was.
They were awesome to drive for. Like I was a huge fan of theirs. My favorite growing up was when Ken Schrader drove their car. They had the Little Debbie car. I had Little Debbie diecasts everywhere, and just that whole family was great. And you know, Glenn was around at the time, and getting to know Glenn, and obviously Leonard is still, you know, I mean, kicking ass. Eddie and Len they're just a great family of people. But like they told me something when I was leaving and we were gonna, you know, start the 12 car up. They were like, you know, even though you're not driving for us, you're still part of the Wood family.
Yeah.
And it's still that to this day. I love seeing Eddie and Len in the garage. If Leonard's at the racetrack, I always talk to him. He always comes up on pit road. So those were some fun years for sure. Like I'm trying to figure out getting going with a lot of guys on that team. It was their first kind of cup deals.
It was awesome.
You know, it was fun to grow together and have some good times.
They still treat me like that. They still treat pick your guys like that. If you work there, you're still part of the family.
Yeah.
So that's such a special team, and it was such a special time. Like I know that the 12 is great, and when we brought the 12 back and we won with it, it was cool. But that 21, man, I tell everybody like that is like peak NASCAR being on 21 for me.
Yeah.
How much other motorsport stuff you watch?
A lot. Yeah. I watch a lot of Supercross.
Okay.
Big Supercross guy.
Who's your guy?
I like Cooper Webb. I got to meet Cooper last year. He's a great guy.
We're trying to get him on.
Really?
Yeah.
He's a fantastic dude. Really enjoyed hanging out with him.
I think he just bought a place up in Iron Station. There's motorcycle club up there. Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, I like Cooper. I like Tomac, Roxon, what Roxon's been through. And for him, I mean, all those guys have their stories, right? Just
multiple broken
terrible injuries, and they come back. And, you know, Roxon has a great shot to win the championship this year. They got 1 week left. So I watch that. I mean, I watch, obviously, IndyCar. I cheer on our guys a lot. I watch F1.
Thoughts on that right now? Because that seems to be a hot topic. How much can you really follow over the course of the weekend? Like, are you...
Not a ton. It's hard because, like, especially it being on Apple now is a little bit different. Like, I turn on the
Their
TV,
app's
I'm
pretty
like,
good.
where the hell is...
Their app's pretty good. Yeah, I'll say that.
I tried to follow. I wanted to follow it yesterday. And
Yeah.
I didn't.
What would it take? I mean, Kyron's dragging up some Lewis fits right now.
Lewis has
He's got the
gotten to the
best
point of
fits,
wealth
dude.
where he just
Doesn't care, dude.
we've lost
He
him.
doesn't have to.
Now, I'll say that's not... Those are on the top. Those are on the top.
Those
of
are
the
very
board.
classy
Those are
outfits.
classy.
He looks like Darth Vader without the mask on the left.
Now, I mean, there's some. What would it be? Who would be the person in NASCAR to have some Lewis fits?
John Hunter does it.
John Hunter.
Yeah, he does.
John Hunter does it.
Reddick has actually gotten some... He's gotten some fits.
It's like he just
recently.
they
Him and
just
Bo are
change.
just sharing clothes at this point.
Yeah.
They're the same
Gap,
size
yeah.
now.
Yeah, man. The F1 stuff to me now, I don't know. I mean, all the new rules stuff. Oh yeah, there he was at Stagecoach. I don't know. That stuff to me, it's interesting. I don't fully understand. I know the battery stuff is interesting. They already had DRS, and now they have this active aero stuff that also adjusts the front wing. You know, the stuff that is crazy to me. To me, they like pumping out the passing stats, but to me, it's a little bit manufactured. You know, especially with the battery stuff going on now. You know, that stuff's a little odd. I actually got to talk to, I had to do a deal with George Russell last week and got to talk to him a little bit about it.
Where at?
Down in Homestead, really, you know, close to where they were racing on the weekend. And he was a nice guy.
How tall is he?
He's not as tall as I expected him to be. I mean, he's, I'd say he's smaller than like Cindric and Logano. Just by a little
6'1".
bit. He's probably 6'1".
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, he was a cool guy. He was talking to me a little bit about it, of what they thought about it. And he was like, well, I can't complain too much because we're kind of cleaning
Kicking
house
ass.
over there right now.
Yeah.
So he's like, I like it.
And that's
I don't know.
that's a typical global motorsports. I don't want to say it's a problem, a narrative, because anytime there's a package change, the loudest megaphones are from the drivers, naturally, because they're the ones in there and they're the man in the arena. The person who is taking a step off of winning races, right? You listen to Max. He had a considerable performance advantage the last 5 years. He hates it.
Yeah.
So he's going to grab the mic and say, this is dumb. We're 50-50 split. This is Mario Kart racing, right? On the flip side, the people that are winning, you know, Kimi Antonelli's setting records left and right. Of course he loves it.
Yeah.
So he's going to get out and talk about how great this package is. So what's right?
Yeah.
What's wrong?
Yeah.
Don't know.
You're
If
always
you-
going to have mixed opinions.
If you're a Kimmy or Mercedes fan, you love it.
I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
That's right.
If I'm over there.
And if you're a Williams fan or a Red Bull fan, you think this is the dumbest thing they've ever done.
Yeah.
It's anywhere. It's sprint car racing. If you go, it's anything. But like I have never, like, we're short track guys. We've always kind of worked in NASCAR, but being at Penske, it's so cool with the IndyCar shop there. We talk forever, man. When is the Blaney double going to happen? You and Scotty going to cross promote and you take the same plane.
Me and Scott have talked about how cool would it be to do the double-double, you know?
The quadruple.
The quadruple.
Animal style double.
That'd be great. I would say I had more desire to do the double 3 or 4 years ago.
Before you had a kid?
Yeah, and now I don't. And also, like, watching Larson do it, and it seemed like a pain in the ass. Just especially Sunday. Like, am I going to be able to get back in time? He didn't make it back for the 600 one year. Like, it just looks like it'd be pretty stressful, to do. But I don't know.
And I think I say nobody. He has a very high stress threshold, right? Because he's driving so much stuff and he's bolting in a sprint car to go, risk his life on a Wednesday night, right? In Topeka, Kansas. But I got to talk to him on the prime stage, P&Q. Right, he was back and forth. He was there for Saturday, and they're dragging him around. Right, he's the story. Right? He's doing both.
Buddy, they pushed us out of the way.
Yeah, like who
at Wilkesboro? Remember when he flew back in and we were getting on the stage we had to do the driver intros at Wilkesboro for the All-Star race, and we were walking to the stage and the security guards pushed our whole team.
Oh yeah,
get out of the way! And you're like, I just won the chance. I just beat that guy last year.
and he sits down in the chair, and I'm like, how's it going, man? And he goes, dude, I'm whooped.
Yeah,
and it's like before the Sunday. It's like
I don't know how he does it. I really don't know how he does it. I mean, it's unbelievable how he does it. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I mean, let alone the racing side, right? I mean, he's obviously just cleaning house, whatever he gets in, but like just the travel stuff and like trying to get your energy back up. And,
yeah.
I mean, it's unbelievable how he can do it all.
So I pitted on Saturday. It was electric.
Yeah.
Like, I have never been to an ARCA race or an O'Reilly race that was that electric in years. It was really cool, and there was a lot of energy. And then you go into, like, Jason Kelsey was in the pit stall next to us. Like, there's a lot of cool things, and it feels like we went forever as a sport not knowing who we were or who we wanted to piss off, right? And, like, Cletus comes in, and we kind of feel a little bit, it feels like we're comfortable being who we are, and for the first time in a long time, we're like comfortable in our own skin. It seems like.
I think it's good. I mean, I think Cletus is good for the sport. He's very passionate about racing. Like, he's not a guy that is just showing up just for
clicks
and viewership. Like, he cares about what he's doing, and he's working really hard to get better. And like, he does a good job. Like, he almost won Talladega in that ARCA race. Like,
not easy.
No, not easy to do. And people gave him crap for, the Rockingham. Oh, he walled this thing in the test, and now he got an Xfinity. Right? It's like, dude,
it's hard.
Everyone fucking does it.
It's hard.
We've all fenced stuff.
Yes.
Like, especially when you first go about it. So he is very passionate about it, and that's really all you need. Like, we're lucky that he has such an interest in it, and it's not a show. Like, he has his audience, but he himself is, like, really wanting to perform well.
We got some great fan comments here. So this is a riff from, we're sitting here on May 4th talking about Star Wars stuff a little bit. So if you're at dinner, somebody comes up to you at the table and says the sequels weren't actually that bad. I honestly haven't watched more than 10 minutes of a Star Wars show.
I haven't seen any of it.
Do you finish your meal, do you leave, or do you flip the table?
So in the 70s, George Lucas comes out with the original Star Wars, right? Yep. And back then, when like A New Hope came out, nothing like that has ever been done before.
Yep.
So like with the effects, all that stuff, like it just blew people's minds, right? So then there's some time passes, and then they made 1, 2, 3, and those kind of got not as good reviews because they weren't as good movies, I didn't think. But I think also people kind of cooled off on the whole sci-fi thing. Like, it was, these were in, like, episode 1 came out in 99. Everyone kind of copied George and what he did, and people were like, oh, those weren't great. And then Disney bought it for billions and billions of dollars, and then they just made
spinoffs
7, 8, 9. Well, it was part of the story, but not really part of the story. And I feel like whenever you have a big corporation like Disney that buys that stuff, it's just a money machine then.
It's just getting all the juice squeezed out.
Right. And it was already, the rag was pretty dry already. So, I mean, I'm finishing my meal. I don't give a shit if you think they're good
Cool.
or not. Like,
Yeah, carry
that's
on.
cool. Like, awesome.
I feel like you could act. Like you did that deal with Chicago a couple of years ago, or what was that a spinoff of?
It was
Oh, the bear.
The Bear.
Yeah.
And like you've been in more.
I've been in a few things.
I think you've been cameoed more than anybody.
What was the reality show with Kevin James?
Kevin James, The Crew.
The Crew.
It was The Crew. Yeah.
You and Austin Dillon were in that.
Yeah.
Eating chicken wings.
Bet in that one.
Would you consider like taking that up, or what if there was another? What if there was a part in the next Star Wars?
I would like to be a part of it. Like,
What
why
would you
not?
be?
I don't care. I was like, man, you don't even have to see my face. I'll be like a stormtrooper and kill me and like.
Yeah, sure. I
I'll
can tell my kid.
I'll tell
I'm
my
that
kid
one right
like
there.
I was stormtrooper number 4 and he cut my head off. Like, that's cool. Huh?
What an honor.
You never saw my face, but I'm here. I'm on the credits.
Grogu or a championship trophy. You can only keep one in the house. What is a Grogu?
Oh, Grogu's this. They made this show called The Mandalorian, and Grogu's like the baby Yoda.
Okay.
Have you heard Baby Yoda?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Grogu.
Okay.
A championship trophy. I don't care about Grogu.
Yeah. If you had to get rid of all your stuff and only keep one thing, what do you keep?
From racing?
Yep.
Oh man, like of my personal that I've driven.
Just all like if you were like I'm getting rid of every sort of NASCAR memorabilia.
Oh man, it'd be hard to throw out the championship trophy. That one or the Pocono Trophy, first Cup win.
Yeah.
That was just the way we won that too, beating.
Yeah,
I single-handedly won that race, by the way.
Yeah, you
Loose
did.
wheel.
Banger stop,
Loose
dude.
wheel on the first stop. Put us on our own strategy. Sorry, Bowens.
Just like you drew it up.
Strategy sucks. I'm going to get us off strategy here. One more question from fan comments that Kyron's got keyed up on the May the 4th be with you. You're offered one full Star Wars paint scheme. Any character. What are you going with?
Did you get the Darth Vader helmet that Bubba ran?
it is in the works. So I always, when I'm trading helmets with like buddies and stuff, I always try to do, like if I trade one with Scotty McLaughlin or like Newgarden or Chase or Bubba, like Chase and I swapped our first Cup win helmets. We've always said that. Me and Scotty, like I traded a win helmet for one of his win helmets. So like I try to always do that, but Bubba's got that Vader helmet.
Yeah.
He didn't win in it. But like the helmet he wanted was a Menards helmet that has like 2 or 3 wins on it. So when I brought it over there the other week, I was like, all right, we're finally going to trade this stuff. And I was like, I kind of backpedaled. I was like, I want a win helmet. And so I think
So
the
there's
helmet
some-
that I want of
there's some
his,
etiquette.
he's still running. So I think I have to wait this year, but
Okay.
it's his Brickyard helmet that I think I'm going to get,
Ooh.
which will be freaking cool.
So it's interesting just see different guys' style, right? Because Bubba isn't really into trading,
No.
right? Because he keeps all of his stuff,
Yeah.
right? He's got a wall in his house with $9,000 Schuberth helmets.
Yeah.
40 of them.
Yeah.
Right. And not one. He could care less about anybody else. Like, these are my lids.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe, did he do it with McLaughlin and
Yes.
he got the ones from Scotty this year?
Yeah. Yeah, he's
I'm going to
only
leave
done
that
a
one in the
couple.
garage. That has some bad juju on it.
Yeah, he's only like done it once or twice.
Yeah.
And I'm like maybe the 3rd person he's ever traded helmets with, but Death Star or something. I don't know. To answer that Star
Death
Wars
Star.
question, just a big old ball on the hood would be funny.
Yeah.
Put 2 of them next to each other.
Pit road this week, Joey, big wreck. That was
Yeah.
It gets real sketchy at 1.5 miles when you do 2 tires. What did you talk to him? What do you have to
There's
say about
30
that?
guys on the lead lap, too.
Yeah. I mean, it always gets that way. And I was right behind it. I think the 54 was coming out. The 41 was checking. The 22 is trying to see, clear 1 lane or 2 lanes. Joey hit the 41. And what I got from Joey was right, there's a lot going on, right? You're trying to pull out. You're looking in your mirror. Listen to your spotter. Am I clear 1 or not? You're
Find
trying
your
to
lights.
get to your lights. And Joey said that he kind of got where he wanted to be and looked down to his lights to see, am I on it? And right when he looked up, he was in the 41. Like just a terrible timing thing of the 41 stopping to let somebody out. And yeah, unfortunately ruined Joey's
41
day.
had missed. Like if you miss your stall, when do you abort or when? Like you don't want to stop. You got to be like, all right, I'll come back and live to fight another day. Right?
That's a tough one. Yeah. I mean, if you never want to go past and have your penalty, but it's better than stopping on pit road, especially when there's a slew of guys who just did 2 behind you.
The 9-team pit offs of the week. They had like 3 of the fastest stops of the day, 3 of the fastest stops of the year. Best team on pit road on average. So there's some dogs on the team. Nick Odell and Calvin Teague, they're both multi-time champions. They probably both have 100 freaking wins in all 3 series.
Yeah.
Jared Erspamer, he's been with Chase since Chase drove the 9 car. He's been with him his whole career. TJ Semke, you see him, jack dude with the handlebar mustache, absolute stud. And then last but not least, their fueler, John Giannato. When you're clicking off stops that fast, every race becomes a fuel mileage race because if you're the gas man, they give you no time to get it full. So it's like, we're going to run 8 2s here. Good luck getting, 20 gallons in it. So it's crazy, or whatever, 18, get whatever the mileage becomes, because every race eventually becomes a fuel mileage race if you don't execute at the fuel man position. So big day for them. Really happy for them.
Another woe. We talked about the woe with the 22 on pit road. Did you see the woe that Chris Bell had leading the race?
Gosh. I did. I saw the replay of that this morning. I mean, Christopher's had terrible luck. And I've been there before.
I watched it back, and it's easy to sit here on the couch and rewind to like, what was he doing? Why did he drive into him?
He was looking at the 11 underneath him.
I know, because like but the 11 saw it and bailed. The 11 saw him spinning out and checked. The
20 he was getting past. The 20 was passing him.
I don't know if the 20 was trying to, like, if he was looking in a spot mirror or he was just trying to gas it up to get the hole. I'm not going to sit here and assume what he was looking at, but I hated to see that. You always hate to see the leader get wrecked by a lap car, but
that was nowhere to go.
Another woe. Verstappen in Miami leads some laps, get a 5-second penalty for a pit exit breach.
He spun out lap 1 too.
Yeah,
he did.
The maddest I ever saw you, and we've been through, dude. You've wrecked some shit like where I'm like, CRA, Nashville especially, but Daytona when we were leading and Chris Bell right hooked you.
Yeah. He didn't right hook me. He spun the 54, which ended up
and that right hooked us. You were ready to fight. I was like, we were getting ready to leave, and you came back to the.
I sat on
trailer.
22 pit box the rest of the race.
You were clearly concussed. Yeah. You came back to the hauler.
Allegedly.
You're like, I might fucking punch him. And I'm like, boys, we might have to stay and go fight on pit road.
So me and Christopher actually had a great conversation about that here recently. I was pretty. I mean, I was tasting colors after the race. I'm gonna be honest with you. And
seeing words.
Yeah, seeing words, spelling numbers. And so I sat on the 22 pit box. And it was like the third time I got right hooked at a speedway. So I was like also kind of upset. And I had some choice words for him after the race. Probably words that I didn't really know what I said at the time. And so he and I were flying out to San Diego to film this thing for the race. And we had a nice talk about it. And I turned around, I was like, hey man, remember that time that we wrecked at Daytona? And I said, I'll be honest with you, I don't really know what I said to you. And I said, if I said something pretty bad, I apologize if I went over the line.
Takes a man.
He was like, man, I appreciate that. He's like, I've been stewing over that for like 3 years. And I was like, oh, I didn't know you've been. I was like, so I said something bad. He told me what I said to him. I was like, I apologize because, all that stuff. So now we squash beef, man. Plane rides, you squash beef, and it was nice.
But I was concussed, and it was your fault I was concussed, so therefore it was your fault I said it, but I am sorry.
But I am sorry about all that.
Yeah. He apologized too. He was like, well, I'm sorry that happened. And I said, well, I'm sorry I said what I said, and
then you'll cheers it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Want to hit 3 questions?
Let's hit 3 questions and then send this man down the road. 1 car, 1 track to race at the rest of your life.
Super late model at Winchester's. Pretty fun.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You're going to get kicked out of the Blaney fan. That should have been a 410 at Sharon. I think you could get. You don't have much 410 experience, but you get in that 10-car at Sharon, you might go win the All-Star.
That's true.
The World Outlaw race.
Dad and Dale are stacking up. They were supposed to race. I think this weekend that Outlaw race was supposed to be at Sharon. It got canceled, unfortunately. But no, I just don't have the experience.
Question number 2: if you had to just lose all of your racing memories and only keep 1 racing memory, what is it?
I'm just going to go back to the championship. When we won that race in 24 at Martinsville,
dude, it was sick.
That was awesome. And it all stacked up, right? Like we're trying to defend our championship. Had the race won at Miami and I gave it away. And like got to go win Martinsville. And to come from where we did and be able to pull it off and like have a shot at defending and going back to back, like that fired up moment for me. And then seeing everybody on the stage was like, that's a core memory right there.
Let's land this bird because we've got some good meme reactions to see what Ryan's reaction is to. Here we're closing the book on Texas, going to Watkins Glen. You said you usually jump in the sim before that. Spend much time in there.
Yeah, I'll go tomorrow. Yeah, spend a few hours in there, and I'll jump in the sim before road courses probably a couple times before we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
F1's going to Canada 2 weeks in a row here, going from Miami, trucking up north to what is it? Autodromo Gilles Villeneuve. What's Jacques
Villeneuve?
Villeneuve.
Some Villeneuve.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't see anybody beating a Mercedes right now. Do you?
I don't either. And Antonelli's kind of been the horse in that deal.
I think too, and I had this thought the other day. It's almost like those things. I don't want to make the comparison, but they're kind of like rental go karts right now, where weight is a big factor. Kimmy's like a tiny fella, right? George is like a normal built fella,
Yeah.
right? I'm sure that he's given up some CG there too.
He's just a little kid.
He's a kid, man.
He's just a little kid.
But he's on a heater
I
now.
don't-
Confidence is high, and he's rocking and rolling.
Something big's going to have to happen because they kind of got him covered big time over there.
Yeah. What about Watkins Glen? Who's going to be tough to beat?
Who do you think?
Yeah.
There's two
The
of
big
them.
big Kiwi.
Yeah, two of them. Connor will be good. Connor needs to have some
Connor
stuff
needs
go
to be
his
good.
way.
I got Connor in the truck on Friday. We'll see how that goes.
He's had a rough go of it so far.
Yeah.
On that side of it, but he'll be good. Busher always runs really good at the
does,
end.
yeah.
He has a great average finish there. I sat on the pole there last year.
Hey.
Yeah, I qualified SVG. That was
big deal.
no big deal. Led some laps, held him off until he decided to stop messing around and went on his merry way. But I didn't see him for the rest of the day. But beat him one time that weekend.
I
No,
beat
looking
him
forward to
once
it.
at Coda. I qualified fourth. He qualified fifth. I'm like, this might be my greatest achievement.
Yeah, and then by lap 5, he's
Not even lap 5, dude.
Yeah,
I
gone.
think like 7 corners.
Yeah.
And that was the last I saw of him. But like it was fun while it lasted.
yeah. But no, looking forward to it. We were really good at Coda this year, so I'm hoping we have some decent speed there. We'll see.
Watkins Glen is statistically the hardest racetrack to pass on the circuit. If you boiled it
Yeah.
all down, there's only like 1 or 2 potential places to pass. But I've seen NASCAR's going to put some tire packs in off of 1 as well as off the carousel.
Yeah.
I think all the drivers just say, hey, let's keep us on the racetrack, get the minimum speeds down to create some comers and goers.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing they're doing. We don't like running off the track either.
Yeah,
like I don't.
but you have to,
I don't
it's
like
faster.
doing it. You have to do it. So they tried to they put those little
Dimples in there.
indents in the racetrack, and it didn't really do anything.
Yep. Who do we have?
SVG, probably.
I'm not going to take the low-hanging fruit. I'll go Busher. I like to see Busher get
That's a
get
good
a
one.
dub. I like to see you to get a dub, too. 'Cause
Yeah.
You've been so nice here today to
I mean,
spend some time.
Reddick's probably going to
Reddick.
win again.
Man,
Hey, you know who else
Toyotas are
is sneaky
making
good is
great-
Ty Gibbs.
Ty Gibbs been fast this year.
He can get away from Priest. He'll be
And,
just fine.
and here's also the thing. Every driver is going to work over the last 3 years harder at road courses. So everybody's accepted. Like, everybody's so good at it.
Yeah, there's no gap.
No.
Like it's like a 10th between like
15 cars.
15 cars.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Like, am I on the good side of this?
10th or not.
10th or not? And that's I saw this, dude.
Oh, I did not.
I mean,
Colorado
this
National.
man absolutely
Run
just.
it.
I don't know if he got hurt. This
Run it.
looks like it would hurt.
Oh.
Like
Does it
driver
slap it?
sided.
Yes.
Look at this
no.
thing. Boom!
Dude, the spare
Look at
tire.
the spare tire falling off this thing. Like, I don't know if this guy went to the hospital.
What do you think his wife's thinking?
I mean,
shit.
she's
That's
probably
what she's
she probably
thinking.
didn't know he was doing it.
Definitely did not know that he was
Yeah.
doing it.
Morgan
I
and
mean,
Morgan.
He did the typical tank slap.
got
Let's watch-
the 2-door Ford
Oh,
outside of him,
whip,
holding
whip,
them tight. Smoked the right rear tire and just destroyed this concrete barrier.
dude.
You have you're a part owner of Sharon Speedway.
I am.
It's a dirt track. Do you do any
Extracurriculars.
what is that? Streetcar drags? You might need to bring it on, buddy.
No.
Got any
I
other
haven't.
ones?
Oh, so this is like a Porsche
this
Cup
is
car at like a GoPro Motorplex type track.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
Talk about runoffs.
that's a nice go kart track. It's
a very nice go-kart track.
Might have to fact check who the driver was, but
That is
Oh, they made him take the inner loop, slow him down a little bit.
This reminds me of the tracks that they would make for the, and it'd be cool if you ever got to do it for the what was the driver challenge like Schumacher?
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and they'd run
Race
like those
champions,
little
race
speed-
champions.
Like Edwards did it one year.
Yeah,
Carl
Edwards beat Schumacher
one year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Kurt Busch did it.
Yeah.
That's
I wish
kinda-
they still did that stuff. Like,
I know.
be a cool get together with everybody.
I know.
Or like the Prelude. The Prelude was always
Did
fun
you ever
to
go?
watch. I never went. It was on pay-per-view back in the day. So
When
we'd
I
always
worked
buy
for
the
Stuart
pay-per-view.
Haas, they flew us all there, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. We've been watching a lot of NASCAR Mexico and Brazil stuff.
Oh, I saw this.
see
Yeah,
if it
this
works
guy's
out.
already crossed up.
Oh,
And,
he's going the wrong way.
yeah.
Here we go.
I think everything comes off this front end of this car.
My
Oh!
Literally everything.
fuel line's holding her in.
The only thing holding the front of the car on fuel line.
I saw something on X about it. They were like, man, I wonder if the next gen cars have tethers that keep the front. I was like, buddy, that's a fuel line. Like,
Yeah.
that's not a tether.
That's a steel braided fuel line
Yeah.
holding that thing.
That thing was strong.
Yeah, it was very
It was
strong.
very strong.
Dude.
What's your hardest hit?
Nashville. Yeah.
I remember
It was weird because that was my slowest hit, but it was like the hardest hit I've ever had.
Well,
Delta V.
from our point of view, like we're in the pits, so we can't really see it, and we're just listening. And when you had kind of gone, I remember it being like a blue collar day. We were just maybe eighth, like I don't know, we were running, but then it was like one of those races where like if we can get on the right side of this, we might have a shot at this. And then got turned, and it was like, okay, we're just save it. And then it was like, oh, like we're like not talking on the radio, and you're like, I don't know if I'm okay.
Dude, when you have
I'm
a
like,
funnel
what
like that, it feels like Dwayne Johnson kicks you straight in the balls.
We didn't realize
Doesn't
that
it?
you had hit where no safer barrier
there
was.
no safe barrier. Yeah, that was and that was, I think that was 22, 23?
22 or
Before
20.
they softened all the stuff up. Like, so it was like,
First year we went to Chicago because the next week was a Chicago street race.
okay. So I was 23.
23, yeah.
Yeah, that was a big one. That was, I get done wrecking and like my foot kind of hurts, about banged around in the pedals. And my, all your stuff back here hurts, right? Everything just is stretched. My nuts hurt so bad. And I get in the ambulance, I go to the care center, and they're like, hey, what hurts? I was like, well, my foot and obviously my neck, but that's fine. And I was like, man, my fucking nuts hurt. Like, I feel like I popped one. Like,
Yeah.
So they like check my foot out. It's all good. They all leave. And a guy like pokes his head in the door. He's like, Ryan? I was like, yeah. Like, I heard that your testicles were giving you some problems. I was like, yeah, they are. And he was like, do you want me to check them out? And I was like, I don't really want you feeling on me. He was like, well, let me touch your stomach. He said belly, which made it seem like I was 6. He was like, let me touch your belly.
your belly.
So I'm laying back, and he's like touching my stomach and stuff. And I've felt like, I feel like there's 2 in there. I can't count high, but like, I feel like they felt like they've always felt my whole life. And he doesn't say much, and he's like, huh. And he walks out.
Sorry, was this the doctor or a fan?
It was, yeah. I don't know. He was wearing a Blaney t-shirt. I don't know what was going on. And he was like, huh. And he walks out, and it kind of freaked me out. Like, sat up. I was like, everything good? And he like posted. He was like, oh yeah. I had to ask him a question. I thought he was like going out to ask him a question. Like, hey, does this guy have one ball? Like, is one gone?
One's missing.
So that was a little bit of a freak out moment for me. But
The first time I ever hit with subs, and it was Stafford, they all wrecked. I went to the grass. Guy lifted off the brake, came down the grass, and I hit him. Just piled into it. And I'm like, oh my God, my nuts are in my stomach. Well, I'm sitting there like, oh boy. The guy that I hit is clearly mad. So he's thrashing around, throws his window down. I'm like, oh, I'm defenseless. So I'm like, get off and get the net down. And I see him get out, and he's like pissed. He's ready to fight. And so I sit up on the window, like he ran the other way, and I was like, God. And then he started fighting the guy. It was like a viral clip. He tackled the guy, and I'm just sitting there like, oh, this is crazy.
Well, if we're all sharing nut shot stories, I got one too. So the year, I think it was the last year of the old car, when you and Newman come to the Daytona 500.
Yeah.
Right? Blocks. Yeah. Right? I was running like 6 or 7. And all you see is smoke, right? You're not. The next time you lift at the speedway is when the rag drops, you're upside down, right? So all I see is smoke. Next thing I know, clear 6-car window. He was upside down.
yeah.
Boom. Dash, like the roof bar was pushed down like right here, like I'm telling, an inch from the steering wheel. And I didn't know what I hit. I didn't know if that was in the grandstands. I don't know if that was the pearly gates.
Newman's neck.
Newman's neck.
That did all
right?
the damage.
Right.
Or
Newman's
lack
head.
thereof.
Yeah. Comes the rest, right? Knocks the freaking air cleaner off of, or whatever it is, right? Throttle body on fire. So I get out, right? And I'm unclipping my stuff, and I'm like, ooh. Like you feel like they're up in your stomach, right? So I get out, and of course I look at the score and pile on first, see if I got the top 10 bonus. I'm like, okay, good. And I take like 2 steps, like, oh, I can't walk. I went down to my knees, and I'm like, oh. Well, there's a fan 10 rows up, took a picture of me because I was faced towards Brian Newman's car, right? And the post was on social media like, oh, look at this competitor praying for his fellow. Doesn't know if he's injured or not. All right, so I let it go a couple of days because it was positive press. Of course, people think I'm praying for this.
Right.
I didn't want people to know that I just got kicked in the nuts so hard I couldn't even walk. But people thought I was praying for Ryan. There's my nut shot story. Oh, there it is.
There it is.
What a scene right there, dude.
Oh yeah.
Couple more memes here. What do we
Drag
got?
racing. Hey, our boy Proc got out of the first round this week. I don't know how he finished, but I did watch him get out of the first round.
Well,
so I
our
was pumped on that.
other friend that I've made, Jordan Vandergriff, he won Funny Cars this week.
He was on
wants
the
to come
Fox
show.
broadcast or something.
So his story, and I want to talk to him here when he's on the show, is interesting. He's been mechanic, this, that, and the other thing, run some alcohol dragsters, and then took a job as like an analyst, right? He's going around the garage interviewing guys, and then Proc left. He had a relationship. He had worked with John. And John's like, "Hey, we need a driver. You're young. You fit what we're trying to do." So he literally went from being a TV guy for 3 years, and now he's winning Funny Car races.
That's great.
345.
345. Let's watch
My
Sean Langdon here in a
goodness.
dragster.
Oh.
They're going faster now at 1,000 feet than they were at a quarter mile within like 3 or 4 years.
It's crazy, dude.
I could never do this.
No such problems.
Don't say that.
I
No. There we go. Nice ball.
That is
Dude.
cooking. bro.
unbelievable. On the money too.
The fastest speed in the history of drag racing.
I could do a pro stock. I'm not doing a
What do you
funny
think about
car or a
Tony?
top fuel. Badass. What
It
he's
is.
doing is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And he's all in. Like, Tony gets like invested in everything. So when you go there, he's all in. He's sitting in the car running. Like, he's all in and
Yeah.
like super analytical about it. And it's really cool to watch. Like, we went last week for finals and it's so fun.
145 miles.
Yeah. That's the Artemis 3 right there, dude.
Dude.
Like,
Yeah.
went into the atmosphere. That's cooking. I don't
crazy.
think you understand 345 in 1,000 feet.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
You ever been to one of them? NHRA? Like,
We went last week.
yeah, I was been a handful of years ago.
I know.
But the four wides, dude. Like,
so sick.
I've never felt that.
Look at my
in my chest
kid
before.
the first time he
Buddy, there's no catch fence.
No.
So we sat down at the end and one blew up and I was like, oh,
Corey's just, you did. I'll give you props. You have no ear protection in.
You have no
didn't
idea.
even move.
I had foam.
there's stuff.
okay.
I had
There's
foam.
stuff down to the drums. Some IMSA. So
It'll take your breath
You
away.
ever do any IMSA stuff being at
sports
Penske? You ever jump in that thing?
No, never have. They got that great Porsche program over there.
Any
They've
interest?
had a really good year. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to. I mean,
24 maybe.
I think,
Rolex.
and that becomes a Ford
Oh, it's a
issue,
Ford. Well,
right?
Yeah.
But I know not direct competitors, but quasi. But
So
they've been
this was
having a great year.
Laguna Seca.
last corner, right, or last lap.
Yeah.
Move for the win here.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, we
That's
missed
what we
it.
were looking
Yeah,
for.
yeah,
The
yeah.
rubber.
Okay.
Last lap. Hanging on the left rear here.
Still there.
Off in the dirt.
Nice little crossover there, dude.
Carved him.
Yeah.
As Teddy Crisford
Oh,
would say,
Yeah,
cleared
that's
him.
pretty slick.
carved
right there.
his eyeballs out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alex Zanardi, he passed away, man, this week. That was sad to see because he was literally my favorite. He was an F1 guy. He got hurt in a kart race, maybe in Japan or somewhere overseas. Got the wreck where it literally
Took
cleared his legs
off,
right
yeah.
off, right? And then I kept up with his career with the Paralympic stuff. He won a couple of gold medals in the Olympics.
Got in a back crash.
Special guy. Special guy. So thoughts and prayers for his family this week. Let's close this thing out, dude. Shall we?
I'm just Blaney on X, and then I'm Ryan Blaney 10 on Instagram, and that's all I got.
10 family number. How's the 10 runner?
10 runner's going well. We're brewing. I put
Bourbon?
out a
Whiskey?
video. Bourbon. We making a new batch currently. Excited about it. We launched it not even a year ago, so it's been fun to grow. Something completely new. That business has always been intriguing to me, and like it took 2 years from the initial kind of thought for it to finally be in production, and people seem to really like it. So
Is that like a limited run? Like you buy X amount of barrels and then you brand it your own
yes,
stuff? Right?
so we're like independent, right? So we're not with a big company or anything like that. So yeah, we have this great partner. They're called the Blending House, and they've worked with us really well on we went through tastings upon tastings, right? This guy was blending. What do we like? What do we want? We went, and he would just send us like vials, right?
Yep.
And we would all sit down. A few of partners of mine that are in it, like, here's what we like. That was the fun part.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I like that one. Send me some more.
Well, you had to be careful because he sends you 7 or 8 samples.
Yeah, over 100. Put some
By
hair in
the
your chest.
by the 7th one, you can't drink too much because then you're like, yeah, that's good. Like, you could get little bit skewed, but it's been a fun process. People have really supported it, and I hope this year
Where
it's
can they
going to
buy
keep
it?
growing it. It's only online right now.
Okay.
So if you go on our website, you can find it. Trying to get into retail this year, so that'll be a big step for us if we can break into that market. So,
Good luck on that.
thank you.
Please drink responsibly if you're going to
Do it.
partake in some 10 runner.
Couple things personally. Corey's first seat got printed the
Oh,
old
3D
carbon fiber
carbon
seat. Got
fiber.
to check that out while you're
We'll
here.
walk back here and
Yeah.
scope it out. So I've been working on a short track carbon fiber seat.
Got some permits for the powder coat shop this week, so build a new building. So we all got cool stuff going on outside of racing.
Fantastic.
The Fireball,
to share.
6 and under Odell Rec League. Been throwing for Levi. We played the team that we lost to 19-0 the first game of the year. We came back and beat them 13-12.
Let's
so
go.
Nice.
The boys are feeling good.
Nice.
The old Nick Saban over here.
I'll coach him right up. Levi got a grand slam. He's on a tear. He's hitting the ball.
Oh,
well.
Harper hit her first home run this week.
Nice, dude.
Dude, wait till kids sports, dude.
Dude, I'm
it's the
psyched.
best.
It's
I
the
can't
most
wait.
frustrating, most
rewarding.
thing you're ever going to do.
That's when you you understand what kind of parent you want to be.
Yes.
But the old saying, you go back to the low level of your training, you just turn into your old man.
Yeah.
You can't help it.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Get in the damn truck.
You shitting me.
You will be that dad, dude. I'm telling you. Oh, for 3 out here. Private lessons.
You thought you're going to get a 10-piece and fries? 0 for 3?
Wrong.
You're eating Hot Pocket tonight, boy.
I hit my daughter the other day with only winners get ice cream. Baby, let's go home.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. That's a real deal. We'll go get ice cream if little man wins for sure, but not when he loses.
Awesome.
Well, I'll tell you what. Everybody's winning today because that was a damn good episode. May the 4th. Ryan Blaney, driver of the number 12 car. Good luck this weekend, buddy. Thanks for
Thanks,
coming
guys.
on. Welcome back anytime.
Appreciate it.
Keep stacking pennies, guys, each and every day. Follow us Instagram, YouTube, all the things. Core of the Joy, Ryan Flores and Ryan Blaney. Have a great week. Goodbye.